says, discuss why you think this is an appropriate major for you. You can address this in any way you choose, including but not limited to your background, experiences, career goals, academics, musicianship, equipment you own or have access to, or personal issues. What do you think are the most important things we need to know about you? It is imperative that you organize your thoughts.
So it's like it's a little bit of an introduction of who you are and why you want to be a music major and what you want to accomplish, you know. And so, I mean, I think you give them the basic stuff. You tell them who you are. You tell them where you're from. You tell them that, you know, what your primary instrument is. You say, you know, I mean, I think this is an appropriate, you know, this is an appropriate major for me because I have a passion for making music.
Right.
That manifests itself in a number of different ways. I've got a band. We write original music. I'm passionate about recording. I'm also, you know, really into, you know, creating electronic music.
Yeah.
And I feel like being a recording sciences major, you know, is going to help me advance all of my musical creative goals, because ultimately I want to be a musician for a living.
Yeah.
And be one of the success stories out of your college.
Yeah, that's,
you know,
that's a good
and throw in there also, like, you know, whatever, 6 or 7 years in School of Rock, Dean's List band.
Oh yeah, that's all in the, you know,
tour.
this, you know, what, you know, kind of your I play guitar, you know, you've got your, you know, what you had done.
Right.
But yeah, going forward, it's like, you know, that it's really simple. It's like, you know, you feel like that major is going to help you accomplish, you know, your musical goals. And you know, you just want to be, you want to be one of the success stories that come out of that school. And they go, oh yeah, well we do too. We want you to be that too. Because really, they all need that. They all need that. They all love to be able to lean on the people that went there and were successful.
Right.
When I went to see 21 Pilots in Nashville, my daughter's favorite band, she's 14. I introduced her to them, but then, like, you know, now she's just like, she knows every word to every song. Thought it was really interesting. He said, he says, I want to thank the professors, you know, he said, shout out to the professors at Belmont University who did not accept me into their school of music.
He said that?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going, all right.
Yeah.
You know, shot across the bow. But, you know, they missed on him.
Right,
they missed on him. Because, I mean, obviously, you know, he is a fantastic songwriter.
Right.
You know, he's I don't know, I think they missed in a lot of the ways that they can miss on people because he wasn't like the typical jazz player that's playing, you know, there's tons of stuff that they're always looking for. They're usually measuring on the wrong benchmarks.
Right.
So when I look at you, I can't try to measure you against the performance majors.
Right.
I'm trying to measure you against, you know, the world.
Right.
And what I mean is, you know, do you have something that you can contribute out there that will, you know, that'll be marketable? You know, and I think that, you know, you could definitely be able to hone that there.
Right.
I think, you know, what you're doing with if that's what you're most passionate about, you should definitely not take a hiatus from that while you're in college.
Right.
You should be taking everything you're learning in college and applying it to whatever the stuff is that you're most passionate about.
Right. Yeah.
And can you take some of that stuff and throw it in with your original band?
Right.
And can you find something that goes in between those two?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty interesting. You certainly have time to figure those kinds of things out.
Right.
That's an experiment that could either end horribly and spectacularly, or could end up being something that you're going, well, this is amazing.
Right,
now you're getting into that Nine Inch Nails and Skrillex kind of area where you're marrying, you know, the technology thing with the rock and roll thing.
Right. Yeah.
You know, which is entirely possible.
Yeah.
Even 21 Pilots is sort of like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I enjoy. I've seen them twice in the last year.
They're good.
They're really great.
Tyler Joseph's the drummer, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that guy. I don't know. If
No. Tyler is the.
Oh, it's the other guy.
Tyler Joseph is the main guy.
Okay.
I don't remember what the drummer's name is.
Yeah. That guy plays really cool though.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. He's got a really interesting role
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that band because I've seen them live twice and he didn't say one word, not one word does he say live. But the people love him. You know, it's sort of like watching one of those comedy duos where there's like a person in the duo that doesn't say anything.
Penn and Teller.
Like Penn and Teller. He's definitely got that vibe.
That
going.
makes sense. Yeah. I can see that. That's funny. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say.
The only last thing I would ask Jim is he gets started on all this. If he has more questions, can we hit you up for like a Zoom?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And especially as you're kind of preparing stuff.
Right.
You know. Yeah, I mean, the first thing I would do is hit up your teacher, look at that little alteration in the melody that I think is pretty important, and I think pretty easy to be able to apply. It would be a good challenge for both of you to kind of look at the voicings because you're doing a great job playing the things that you're playing, but I think you're learning them more by rote, and I think that understanding from a music theory perspective what you're doing would be really beneficial to you. And so you guys kind of talking about that, especially some of those little chord substitutions you're playing on the way down, you know, knowing what those are and how they function, you know, in reference to the root. You know, and again, that all comes from taking music theory, but then like being in Nashville and acknowledging that, like, you know, that we're using that music theory every day to actually make commerce and music. You know, and so thinking that way, I think, is a really forward way of thinking. And I think if you every moment you're sitting in music theory, if you're also thinking about how that can apply to the songs that you're writing and how you chart those songs, you know, I think that would be you know, really beneficial.
You think Yesterday is an okay song for the audition, even though everybody knows
it's
it?
a great song for the audition.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you were talking about maybe doing like a blues thing or something.
Yeah.
Cool.
But okay, well, we'll have to find out, like I said, whether they want to hear your techno stuff or not.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Whatever. And then the only thing I have